Good afternoon, and welcome to another dog-eared episode of Diatribes from the Voice of Doom. And now here's your portentous and prodigious host, Voice of Doom. Thank you, Mr. Announcer. I think I detect a bit of sarcasm in your introductions, but it's kind of a running joke with us now. We go back and forth. I don't take it personally. But yes, a dog-eared version. All right. Well, I don't even know what is even going to be titled, because it might just be all over the place, because the whole day is all over the place. The last few months have been all over the place. And you just can't decide what to scream about and what to get irritated about, because there's too many things. But it is a day I will commemorate as something that was one of my personal prognostications, predictions, that it's 30 days now, it's 1 month exactly till the conflagration. And yes, I know the date will come, and I know there will be millions of people who have been watching my diatribes by then, and they'll be waiting patiently for the comet or whatever does us in once and for all. But it probably won't be exactly on the day I say. I just picked it for various reasons. From things I heard that I had no reason to hear, and mathematical numerology and prophecies, and it's a strange time because everybody's worst fears are coming true, and I don't know if people are registering it yet, because they seem to be acting normally. And aside from a few things, like every time I go out in public now, there's nobody talking about anything but politics. Nobody. I mean, old ladies, old men, dogs, cats, old transgenders. They're all talking politics every time I'm out there, and someone talks to somebody else. It's like, did you hear about the latest $450,000? These politicians, and it's an insult to politicians to call these people that, are living in the old days when they think that they can just do things and nobody really pays attention to the news, and things don't travel at the speed of light around the world through fiber optics. And people read things and then they say fake news, and it's like there's billions and billions of megatons of news. Who's to say what's fake and what's not? What is truth? So, a bunch of different subjects, 450,000, that really kind of struck a chord with people. I mean, suddenly like, yeah, just what I said. You take it lying down, and we may as well lay down. I wrote down these stupid issues that I had written down on my first episode. Not the same list, but just a few, jotting them down because that's our latest concerns. And it's weird because a lot of my things on there the first time in July were like satirical, and now they're actually in the forefront, and I never would have thought it. Transgender bathrooms is what I'm talking about. I mean, I use that as a overall overarching meme, I guess they call them, meaning the whole issue of human gender and sexuality and acceptance and inclusion, and it's very complicated because you're talking about age-long customs of separation in certain cases, and suddenly they want to blend, and I understand that. In a perfect world, we could blend. In a perfect world, we could all use the same bathroom without any problem, and I said, yeah, it's very unlikely, but yeah, there was an incident. Now, it wasn't some guy 55 years old and dressed in a makeup and a wig and decides he's a girl and goes into the women's room and lures a little girl into the stall and does God knows what. But it was something similar. And I was going to kind of dress up for that subject, and maybe I will soon, because I haven't done that in a while. And I will explain that later, because I can talk about transgender issues very, very intimately. Extremely intimately. I know what I'm talking about on all these things. Vax mandates, just go back to my other things and just recap. Go through all 100 of them and you'll learn everything there is to know about life. And I guarantee you that, and if you don't learn it, then I'm sorry. I wish I could give you money back. I mean, if someone could write to me on a comment and said, I watched every one of your videos and I didn't get a damn thing out of it, then I'll figure out a way to give them a prize. I'll go to the 99-cent store, get a chew toy. But that would be great, because I think there's truth in there. Vax mandates are going to cause more trouble than we already have. And the problem is they're ostracizing people just for what they're thinking. I mean, a lot of these guys are, and gals, and gal guys, are not leaving their job because they didn't get the vaccine. They're leaving their job because they don't want to show proof. Because there's something innately un-American, and I hate using that word because we don't have that anymore. Can't be un-American if there's no America. There's something inhuman about showing your papers. We've watched a lot of movies, we've seen a lot of documentaries, and we know what showing your papers means. Gestapo, SS. So, I mean, it's an ideological struggle where people are losing their job and the economy, come on. Ships out there that aren't getting unloaded. Who knows what's in those cases? I mean, is there meat in there? Is there crackers? Are there, rice noodles, gluten-free products? Everybody's gluten-free now. They want their rice products, and that comes probably from China. Who knows? Sitting out there, the economy's going nowhere. Nothing's different than when it was a year ago or more. Because you can't go to Walmart in the middle of the night. Why? Not enough workers. And we discovered that it's stupid to stay open 24 hours and have the big store open all night long. And I used to like going to Walmart at 3 in the morning. I really did, because there weren't hardly any people there. But it's understandable that nothing's back to normal. You can't go into some fast food places half the time and they only have the drive-thru open because we don't have enough workers. So these guys coming through the line that don't get their $450,000 right away should get to work right away until that money comes through. And I would be whistling while I work. It's like, yeah, I'll work at Jack in the Box for a few months because I got $450,000 coming in 2 or 3 weeks. So, life's good for me. I'm glad I did that. Glad I took my kid across the border and my knapsack. All worked out well. It's kind of like a existential let's make a deal is like, I hit the jackpot. Petri dish, he's a never-ending source of amusement, frustration, and hate, bile for him. He just spews the bile, and I don't like to hate, but he does represent everything that's evil in this universe, so if you can't hate that, then I don't know what you can hate. I'm unhappy with him, let's just say, and not my happiness, because I'm happy. I don't approve of his behavior. I don't approve of his existence. I can't say anything specific. Falls asleep during the most important meeting in the history of mankind, deciding on our fate, whether we'll all die from climate change, and falls asleep. That's old news already. He's, pretty funny because you got rid of comedy because you can't say anything without hurting somebody's feelings. So comedy's out, but we still have so much comedy, it's ridiculous. I've never seen more comedy. I look on YouTube and go to the outlets, and it's hilarious. Come on. It's a great time to be alive. Border crisis, well, we know about that. The next group is soon to come. Supply chain, terrorism. We haven't gotten blown up yet, so terrorism is at bay. It was good of Petrie to have them release all those ISIS-K guys because now they're killing each other. Explosions every day in Afghanistan. And then I always worry about things that most people don't think about. They're too busy worrying about whether the vaccine that they got is wearing off and they need a booster right away, because I guess I'm hearing that original vaccine lasts 6 months. And it kind of sounds like there's going to be need to be reinforcements injected into people's bodies like on a monthly basis. So you do need those cards I was talking about. You just put it on the card and it's all in there. They know what you've gotten. I don't know what you'll be getting, but I worry about stuff like variants, because if Delta is going this long, I'm worried about Epsilon, Mu, and Zeta, and Omega, and Phi, and Rho, and Sigma, and Theta. Rhyme in there somewhere. Christmas song. And Nipa. I know. I'm not the first one on the block, 'cause I heard it somewhere, but I'm going to keep on saying it, just like Hannity, drill it into your head. There's so many variants and cover-ups of variants, diabolical mad scientist stuff that they don't want us to know about, and it's like, well, it was for people's own good. If we create a stronger virus and then build a resistance to that, then we will be ready in case there's any pandemics. Now, I'm not going to say what happened because I'm just looking at what's happening now. And I seem to be the only guy on the block that thinks there's going to be way more variants and way more Nipas and way more need for jabs. And so 30 days, a month, you can divide it any way you want. I'll give you the date that I think it's going to be. December 2nd, 2021 is going to be the day that everyone realizes that we are in big trouble, because we already are. It's just people haven't realized it. They're just going about their business. And I'm going about my business, yes. I'm behind on my mortgage, by the way. I really don't give a crap about that anymore, because I can see very clearly that 2022 will be the economic breakdown. So I don't worry about that. You know, terrorism, supply chain, border crisis, transgender bathrooms, petri dish, climate change, vax mandates, and variants, and different ones, and mad scientists, and $450,000. Those were my notes for today, and I think I said quite a bit. And I'm going to sign off because I feel good. It's my day off, and I can do whatever I want. So, ta-ta, and try to enjoy what's left of our Western civilization. Bye-bye.